Today, I'm going to teach you guys how to make coins with your team in EAFC 24. For this, I'm going to show you guys what players to maybe avoid to buy that could make you lose coins on your team, what players to look to buy that could be making you coins, and when should you maybe be buying or selling some players in your team. To start things off, let's look at September 20th. That is when the web app releases. That is when we can start trading, building a squad, and just putting things together for our team. Most of the cards that you buy for your team in this web app period, you're going to be making coins on as we approach September 22nd with early access in EA Play when people can start to play the game. And that is because during the web app period, there's not a lot of coins and no one's playing the game. So no one's really looking to be buying these good cards for your team. And even if that's the case, most people can't even afford those cards for their team. Because of that, everything is really cheap. And then as gameplay starts with early access and all that, stuff starts to go up in price because people open packs, they get coins, and they can actually play the game, so they go out and buy these players for their team. After early access starts with Ultimate Edition, that is when we can start to see different movements with some cards maybe going up in price and others going down in price. A simple way to maybe explain some of these movements early on in the game is that the high tier cards like an Erling Haaland will hold their value or maybe go up more in price as the game goes on. This is also the same case with maybe out of pack cards like a Team of the Week 1, they're out of packs, or maybe an early promo card. Now for the lower tier cards like maybe a Gabriel Jesus, Jota, maybe an Nkunku as well, they don't hold their value as well as the higher tier cards and they do tend to drop very fast. An example to show you is, hey, I built a Premier League team on EAFC. I have Nkunku or Gabriel Jesus as my striker, a fairly lower, maybe mid-tier card, and as I get coins, I'll look to upgrade my team. What will people be doing? They'll be selling the Gabriel Jesus, they'll be selling the Nkunku, and they'll be looking for an upgrade Erling Haaland. So people selling the lower tier stuff, moving on to the higher tier stuff. Obviously, there's going to be some exceptions with cards that maybe rise a lot more than others or don't drop off as much as others, and that can be because, hey, maybe they link to a new SBC or an objective that came out, or one example that is fairly common every year, there's not many options in that position for that league. And a big one is La Liga, left back. They tend to lack players in that left back position. So over the years, Mendy has been a player fairly low in rating, but he holds his value very well compared to other lower rated cards just because there's not many options at left back in La Liga. So to state the obvious, you want to be buying the good cards that will be going up in price. For example, FIFA 23, 90 Team of the Week 1, Son. He was the first Team of the Week, really cheap at around 140,000 coins at the start of the web app. And then with time, he just continues to rise. 430, a few weeks later, 550 almost. And then you want to be avoiding the lower tier cheaper cards that drop fairly fast, and for that we'll look at Zaha, 82 overall, nothing too crazy, stats are decent, good to start with, but if you take a peek, you don't want to be holding a card like this for too long. Yes, you can buy him for your team, but if you are using him, either don't use him or don't hold them for too long, because you can see here, this is FIFA 23, early access starts a couple days later, the 29th, I think it's 29th or the 30th, the game comes out, he's down at 14K, and then if you wait pretty much another week or two, he's down at 2,000 coins. So you don't want to be messing around with too many of these lower tier cards, and if you are buying them for your team, don't hold them too long. Other examples of high tier cards that can make you a lot of coins having them in your team is basically any good card from Team of the Week 1. This is because good players from Team of the Week 1 are usually really rare. There's not a lot of supply on them. We don't have Foot Champs, Weekend League giving Team of the Week packs, bringing supply. So there's not a lot of them on the market. This happens literally every single year on FIFA. I can pull up any of these players from Team of the Week 1 and you can see their graphs over time. They just rise. Here's one, Valverde. He's chilling at around 56K, continues to rise, 155K, 210K. All right, let's look at William Saliba. any of these good cards I can pull up. And William Saliba, here we go. We have 23K, 28K, 30K, continue farther, 65,000 coins. We saw Son. Kevin De Bruyne, I think, is one of the craziest ones out of all of them. He'll be the last one we check. And with KDB, we are going to see he was crazy because he linked to Haaland, and I think Haaland kept getting team of the week, ones to watch, stuff like that. So we have KDB at around 100,000 coins, 200K, 300K, 4, 5, 6, 750,000 coins was his peak. So if you bought one when he was around 100,000 coins, held for a month, that 100K is now 750K. So a lot of players from team of the week 1, if you want to build your team around them, it's, you know, if it's a good card, it's great for your team, but it's also a really solid investment. One shout out I want to make on some of the golds you could be buying for your team is goalkeepers. They did really good in FIFA 23, and they're also not as expensive as some of the other high tier cards you could be looking to buy, like Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, or Haaland. And just to show you with FIFA 23, they started off, you can look at any of them. We're looking at Alisson, look at Ederson, Donnarumma, I guess Oblak, Courtois. They all rose a fairly good chunk, but we have here, you know, chilling around 15,000 coins. And then on the 27th, gameplay begins and 40,000 coins. A little bit later, full release is on the 30th, 44K. A few days later, 55,000 coins. So goalkeepers, if you do want them for your team, it's probably not that bad of a move. Another thing I want to mention that could help you make coins on your team in EAFC is what is meta in the game. FIFA 23, what was meta? People found out lengthy was really OP. So what happened? A lot of lengthy players went up in price. Look at Erling Haaland. He was 35,000 coins day 1 of the web app. If we look a few weeks ahead, the dude is almost 400,000 coins. That is an insane rise. If you bought 3 Erling Haalands around 35K, you're going to end up with over 1 million coins if you sold them a few weeks later. Now, obviously, like I said earlier, there are some exceptions. Haaland had a team of the week, and then he had a ones to watch, so he was out of packs for a little bit. But if you can find sort of cards like that maybe go out of packs, we don't know if players are going out of packs yet. It's a weird thing this year with EAFC. Maybe the meta is females. Maybe Alex Morgan is OP, Sam Kerr, maybe they're really good in EAFC and they rise a lot more than some of the other cards. So if I were you guys in EAFC, I would be looking to spend most of my coins on a couple star players for my squad that are going to have a high chance of rising in price, and then surround them with obviously good players, but players that aren't going to drop a ridiculous amount and make me lose a lot of coins. Like Mbabu probably won't cost a crazy amount. Alex Moreno probably won't cost a crazy amount. But when we look at that Zaha, he was around 20K, and a couple weeks later, he was 2K. Just a little example for you guys to really show why this is so important. Say you had a couple 100,000 coins, whatever Son and KDB are worth. Let's just say they were like 300K the first couple days on the game. Say you put 300K into Son and KDB, and then you just put a bunch of bums around him, like the Alex Moreno, the Mbabu, stuff like that. All your coins are in those 2 cards. In a couple weeks, those 2 Team of the Week cards could easily be making you 1 million coins, and then the rest of the players in your team, you're not really losing any coins on them. Now, say on the other hand, you fill your team with those players that can go down in price very quickly, like you have a Zaha, you have a Gold Dembele, Gold Kimpembe. I'm just trying to think of low-rated cards that might drop really fast. So you buy those cards, and in a couple weeks, your team that cost 300K is now going to cost you 60K, 100K. And that is why I personally like to spend my coins on a couple star players that I know will be going up in price, and I try to avoid some of those lower tier cards and just building a squad with a bunch of them. And once again, a reminder, if you do build a team with these lower tier meta type gold cards, just don't hold on to them for too long. Like Dembele right here, 109K. If you held them for a month, let's go to November 3rd, November 4th, around there, you basically lose around 80,000 coins on the card. I did that with Dembele and I lost so much. It's something, just try to avoid it. Don't forget to sell your cards. A couple more tips I want to mention before I end this video is, as time goes on, you will be obviously seeing these gold cards drop because they're gold cards. They are always in packs. They are always getting supplied. And on top of that, we have promo cards that come out on the game. Maybe, you know, Kevin De Bruyne, Premier League center mid. Maybe a Premier League center mid SBC objective or promo card comes out that's kind of similar to him. It can hurt that KDB. Another thing I want to mention is that there are some really good times for you to be buying cards for your team in this game as the year goes on, and that can pretty much just be when stuff is low, and stuff gets low when people panic sell, maybe because a new promo is coming out and they're scared, they think their cards are going to drop. Maybe a new SBC comes out, people sell their cards because they want to complete a base icon SBC, and when they sell their cards, they get nothing from the SBC. They got to go back up and buy. They got to go back and buy those cards. So then the cards get panic sold, and then they go right back up in price. Maybe Weekend League. People have finished Weekend League. They sell their teams. They finish Weekend League. They sell their Vinicius Jr. He goes down in price, and as the next Weekend League approaches, people look to buy the Vinicius Jr. Just simple fluctuations of cards going up and down, whether from foot champs or from panic. Now, if you want to know when the good time is to be buying these players for your team, you want Van Dijk, you want a new promo card, whatever that may be, I do daily YouTube videos on this channel. It will start when EAFC 24 obviously begins. I'll do daily trading videos going over the market, going over what came out. If you want to make coins, if you want to save coins on your team, maybe something big is coming out and you should sell your cards, I will let you know on this channel. I do also want to give myself a little shout out. I run a VIP FIFA trading Discord where I give more trading tips, more investment tips, and all you have to do is subscribe to my Twitch channel. If you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free and join my VIP trading Discord for free every single month. That is going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. My trading Discord and my Twitch live stream are in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.